So right now we are going to talk about your digital photo portfolio, which is the main project for our photography unit that we have going on this week. So first off, if you haven't gotten a chance already, make sure you go into Unit 2 in Schoology like you see on my screen. Click on Prep Work for Photography, and there's a lot of different resources here. I want you to go through all of them, okay, because I've carefully selected these. I gave you some notes that we would usually go over in class, but I tried to be detailed in those notes on how to compose your photograph, some basic, more general photography tips as well. And then there's a couple different videos that I think do a really good job of actually showing you rules of framing and composition, and then 8 just tips when you're getting started to make sure that your photos aren't just any typical photo that you would take. Okay, you want your photos to stand out against the crowd and not just be something that your family member or my mom could take. And let me tell you, my mom needs some work on this. So hopefully yours are going to be better than that. Then there's also this folder. It says check out. These are free stock photo websites. There's a lot of them out there, but these two are some pretty good ones. Feel free to look here for examples of quality photography, but then also if there is something in the future that we need a photo of and it's not something that you can actually take a photo of. So for example, grizzly bears. I love grizzly bears. I might want to use them as a subject for one of my projects in graphic design, but I've never convinced a grizzly bear to actually let me take its picture. Weird, right? So if that's the case, then we go to free stock photos because those have already been granted to us to be able to use as long as we're using it for educational purposes. Okay, if we go to Google and we just grab an image, there's a really good chance that that image is going to be copyrighted. But these are saying the artists have already given us approval to be able to use them. Okay. Once you've gone through all those different resources in the prep work for photography, then you're going to come back and I want you to pull up the digital photo portfolio written instructions. And that's what I'm going to go over with you. So the point of this assignment is not just to introduce you to photography, but it's also to create an image bank that you can then use throughout the semester with all of our other graphic design projects. Because we can't just pull images off of Google, we really need to have a lot of those images figured out so that as we're creating things, we can easily pull images. We're not stopping to take a photo every time we need something different. By the time you're done with your photo portfolio this week, you should have at least 21 photos, but you may have many, many more, and that's awesome. But these photos should be thoughtful. You should be thinking about all of the resources that you are going to read and watch in the prep work folder. So you should be thinking about the rule of thirds, composition, lighting, and make sure that they're really clear images. You will be uploading all of these images to a folder in the class Google Drive. So right here, I've got it linked a lot of different places, but you can pull it up and you can see I've already created just empty folders for every student that I had on my roster. If your name's wrong, you can fix it, or if for some reason I missed you, I'm sorry, just add yourself in. I've granted you all access to be able to do that, but you're just gonna open up your folder and start uploading. You can just drop those files in here, okay? And then these are all the different photos that you're going to want to take. So you need at least 3 different forms of texture. Look around, be creative. Tons of things have interesting texture. You can look outside, you can look inside. Whatever you have is okay with me. Make sure it's a really clear image, okay? Three different buildings, skylines, or houses. Can be so skylines could be something like if you happen to be able to go to like a park or something where it's more greenery. Um, Buildings, just really landscapes, anything of that nature is going to work. You can do it with where you live, or shopping area, or maybe you're driving somewhere and you're in the side, you're not driving, you're in the passenger seat, or in the back seat, and you roll down the window and take images that way. Lots of different ways to approach this. You need at least three different portraits. One of those portraits has to be of you, and it has to be something that you like, that you feel like expresses you, because we are going to use that for a portrait painting. You can make all three of them of you if you want, which I know is tricky. You might have to have some help with that. Or you can have some portraits of other people who, you know, friends or family who you might be able to see even from 6 feet away. Make sure that whatever those portraits are, they make us feel something about the person and the situation. It's not just like a cheesy photo that you would take for a school picture. Make sure that you're really getting some like quality emotion in those photos. You need three different simple objects. So look around, find objects that mean something to you for one reason or another. And it's really helpful if you can have a plain background, whether it just be a cleared off table or counter, a piece of paper down, and then the item on top of that, or even just like outside on like just patio or something of that nature, or concrete. Whatever you have available works, but it does make it easier to have plain background. You need 3 photos with creative text. Look at signs, look at lettering, look at quotes or posters, look in notes and books. It can be hand lettering, whatever you have available, but be creative with how you take that photo. Okay, don't just go up to a book and take a photo of it. Instead, think about zooming in, composition, layering. There's lots of different things you can do. Then you need 3 interior shots of rooms. This is going to be really helpful with one of our projects. So think about the rooms that you have available. Not all of us have a ton of rooms available, but hopefully you have something that you can use. Also, if you happen to be to go somewhere, and I know we're trying to avoid going in a lot of places, but if you happen to be somewhere, or maybe at a family member's house or something, maybe you can ask permission to take photos so you get a nice variety of places. So it's not just 3 shots of the living room. You can have a bedroom or a library, or even, another like business that you might go into. And then the best part is at least 3 photos of your choice, but you can add more. Get creative, think about compositions, find subjects that interest you, have fun with this. I love photography, and really the best way to learn it is just to practice, and to look at really good examples. So here are some really nice examples to get you started, and you can explore more on the internet and through those free stock photo websites. Once you have all of those and you've uploaded them to your Google Drive, then you're going to come back to our Unit 2 photography folder, and you are going to click on the actual project digital photo portfolio. So this is where you are going to actually submit your final product, and this is where I can grade it. Here it walks you through the steps again. So it says, okay, first off, make sure you've taken all the required photos, and here they are. Make sure you've uploaded them all to your folder in the Google Drive. Good to go. Then you're going to go to your Google Drive and you're going to take a screenshot or a snip. On your laptops, you can go down and you can type in snip, and it should pull up either the snipping tool or the snip and sketch. You can do new, and you should be able to take a snip of whatever it um, is on your screen and then copy it and paste it in. So that's what I've done here as an example. I want you to copy and paste your screenshot of your photos here. Now, this is just going to be a quick reference for me. I'm still going to go into your folder to be able to grade these, but it does help to have a quick reference that I can just zoom in and out and make sure and count that you have everything you need. Finally, we're going to do this with every project. I want you to fill out your self-assessment rubric. This is so helpful when we're trying to grade art. So I gave you some guidelines of what I need you to grade yourself on. You need 2 to 3 complete sentences for each of these. And so you're going to talk about your craftsmanship. Are your images clear? Are they thoughtful? Do you have were you able to get good lighting or anything like that? And you might have to be creative with your lighting. You might have to take a lamp or use a flash or go back and edit. And you're welcome to edit if you want to, and crop. And so did you do those things? And go ahead and tell me why here. Were you original and thoughtful with how you came up with those different photos? Did you have interesting compositions and subjects? And I know everybody has different resources, different homes, different options of things to take photos of at home, but hopefully we can all be creative with what we have. Skill application is asking, did you take every kind of photo that I asked, or did you get all 21 of those? Growth is asking, did you challenge yourself with this? Okay, did you just go up to a book and take a picture, like I said not to do? Or did you grow as a photographer, take lots of photos, pick out your favorites? Did you go beyond what was expected? And it's usually pretty easy to see if you're really paying attention to those tips in the prep work folder and going beyond what I asked, or you're just taking photos. Okay, so please push yourself, have fun with this. Make sure you get all of that submitted. And let me know if you have any questions. You're welcome to pop into office hours or shoot me an email. This is due on Tuesday, so this entire unit should be completed within the week. Have a great day.